Hi, so this is part 3 of Bootcamp Day 2. So we've already done small words, we've done syllables, we've talked about rabbit words and monster rabbit words, but now I want to show you what we do with sound circles when we have NG, when we have vowel teams, and when we have our control vowels. So everybody remembers we have our sound rectangle and we have our circles, and we always go from a spelling list, okay? Different programs will have different lists for you to use of words. And I have an awesome list with my step-by-step reading. But right now we're going to start with NG. I'm going to show you how we do that. So say sang, sang. Let's tap out the sounds. S, a, ng. So NG is 2 letters, but it has 1 sound. And it's kind of like smushing a peanut butter and jelly sandwich together. Ng. And this is what it looks like. You're going to say S, A, ng. Okay. One thing I like to do when I get into some of these trickier sounds is use my cubes. So I'll have S, A, ng. And I don't know, some kids really love the cubes. So sang becomes hang. And they repeat, sang becomes hang. So the S goes away and the H comes down. And we always want to point. H, A, ng, hang. Hang becomes fang. Hang becomes fang. So the H goes away and the F comes down. F, A, ng, fang. Okay. Fang. Okay, so let's dump this. And now we're going to say sing. You could use your finger like this. S, E, ng. So we got 2 fingers. I have ink on my hands. What a teacher, right? So let's go like this. S, E, ng. So the NG has ng. It has a smash sound. Somebody once taught me ng. So we're going to put sing. S, E, ng. S, and we're going to point S, E, ng. When they put the cubes down, that is when they could say it again, but we want them using their fingers and pointing to the sound and understanding the location. Sing becomes thing. So at this point, they've learned TH. So sing becomes thing. The S goes away and the th comes down. And look what happens with the th. 2 letters, 2 cubes, okay? Point to it and say it again. Th, E, ng, thing, okay? So thing becomes bring. And they repeat it. So the th goes away and the b, goes in front. B, E, ng, bring. Okay, so my word list even has words like lung becomes swung, becomes stung and flung. So the word lists are a lot of fun. And I also am in my Ortongillingham practicum. So there's a way we create sentences with these words. And it's just really fun because then we review them the next meeting. And that's a whole other story. So let's do ANK, or the sound nk, which is NK. So nk is 2 fingers saying nk. So the first word is sank, and they repeat sank. A, nk. Okay, so you want those 2 fingers representing 1 sound. So here's what it looks like. S, A, nk. You see that okay? Nk. So we have our cubes that show the two letters make one sound. S, A, nk. Sank. Sank becomes thank. So they repeat it. Sank becomes thank. The S goes away and the comes in front, comes down. And then we have, this is a consonant team, okay, or a digraph. So these are together. Th, a, nk, thank. Now, later on, I'll even enlarge this and I'll start adding ing as a second syllable so that they see their vocabulary can expand when they add ing to a verb. But right now we're going to focus on thank. Okay, so let's empty those out. So now I want to do some of the other vowel teams that we do. Say the word toe. Like I have a sore toe, toe. T, O. I'm going to teach OE says O. And when I'm teaching these kinds of vowel teams, I use what's called a trace, copy, cover, close. And I'm going to show this to you probably the next boot camp. But trace, copy, cover, close teaches a student the vowel teams and what they say. So they're going to learn OE says O, OE says O, OE says O. They're going to trace it. They're going to copy it. They're going to cover what they've written and write it again. And then they turn the paper over and they're going to say OE says O. So that's going to be shown to you next boot camp. But I mean the next day. So let's look at here and say the word toe. And we already tapped it out. T, O. So it's going to be T, O. Two vowels, and the orange represents vowels. So it's going to be T. We'll get our unifix cubes, and that's going to be O. T, and then we're going to point and say T, O, toe. Toe becomes doe, like doe a deer. So the T goes away and the D comes down. D, O, doe. Doe becomes whoa, like woe is me. Okay, so they're going to repeat whoa. Not whoa like you would say to a horse, but woe is me. So the D goes away and the W comes down. W, oh, whoa. And there's going to be two syllable words that, you know, you can add syllables, and you have to get your word list that's going to guide you. So I want to show you OA says O. Okay, so we already did OE. OE. And now we're going to do OA. OA says O. So say coat, coat. So tap it out. K, O, T, coat. Has three sounds, but four letters. So what sounds do we hear? K, O, T. So they are learning OA says O. Point to it. K, O, T, coat. And then coat becomes boat. And they repeat it. So the K goes away and the B comes down. Point to it and say it. B, O, T, boat. And then you could say boat becomes float. Those were, I love when the words go together like that. So they repeat float. Boat becomes float. The B goes away and the full comes down. So we have a digraph or consonant team. F, U, O, T, float. What about a big word like throat? Throat. Say throat. So the full goes away and the the, o, t. Is that fun? The, o, t. I hope I'm not losing you. I think this is so fun. And when these kids start seeing that they know how to put these sounds together, they're so proud of themselves. And that's part of the Ortongillingham model of being structured, systematic, sequential, and emotionally sound. The kids feel really good about themselves. Another one I love to do is AI says A, and then AY says A. And students were able to learn these one after another when I taught them. So the AI stays together for faint or paint, and then AY is used at the end of a word. So stay, tray. Okay, so they learn AY says A and AI says A. So when we do, and so the same with the letters, of course, they're going to spell them each out. But when you put the cubes, you're still going to keep those cubes with those two vowels called a vowel team that say one sound. You're going to stack it up. So we can, let's do a tray, okay? Tap out tray. T, A. And they're learning AY says A. So I'm going to switch really quickly to my scoop and to my letters so I can show you what that looks like. What letters say tray? T, R, and then they're going to take out their A, and they're going to take out their Y, which are all spray painted. So T, A. You see how those red cubes representing the vowels will stay together? So what if we said the word faint? Don't faint at the sight of blood. What letter says F? So they're going to find, let's get that F out here. Sometimes I just have to take these all out so I can find them easier. And here we finally go. Faint, and they learned AI says A. AI says A. And what says N, and what says T? And they're going to say T. So we line up our cubes like this again. Now, interesting, NT is not combined like ING or NK. It's very interesting. So we have FAINT, and Orton-Gillingham keeps that NT separated. So anyway, that's how we do the sound circles, and that's how we use our consonants with our letters, okay? So I hope this has been very helpful for you, and I look forward to seeing you again next week at our boot camp. And I'm going to teach you about syllable types and how we code our words next week. Bye-bye now, and thanks for tuning in.